Every modern electric scooter leaves the factory with its physical performance tethered to a specific software profile. Your machine is capable of significantly higher speeds, but a pre-installed line of code intentionally restricts the motor's output. Most factory models are capped between 20 and 25 kilometers per hour. Starting with the 2024 update, Xiaomi implemented a cryptographic signature requirement for all firmware. This protocol blocks the scooter's wireless receiver from accepting notifications that do not carry an official digital signature. This chart from the official safety guide outlines the legal consequences of exceeding these caps. In many regions, unauthorized speed modification results in vehicle seizure. In France specifically, going over the 25 km/h limit carries a fine of up to 1,500 euros. The same guide identifies severe mechanical risks. Pushing the motor beyond factory specifications increases battery wear and demands higher current. Adjusting speed without precisely matching the voltage and motor power can burn out the controller or cause uncontrollable acceleration. Accessing the hardware's full output requires bypassing these manufacturer-imposed limits. This process shifts all legal and mechanical liability directly to the rider, as the scooter will no longer operate within its original safety certifications. For certain regional models capped at 20 km/h, a simple region swap provides a moderate boost. By opening the official Xiaomi Home app and changing the location to the United States, you can move the factory cap to 25. To reach 35 km/h or higher on pre-2024 models, we move to third-party tools. You will use the scooter hacking utility to create custom firmware and flash it to the scooter using a Bluetooth connection. Inside the utility, you must set the power parameters to allow higher performance. This involves selecting Sports Mode and increasing the current draw to 25 amps while pushing the upper speed limits to 45 km/h. You should also adjust the minimum starting speed. The factory default requires a manual kick to engage the motor, but setting this value to 0 ensures the throttle responds the second you apply pressure. Once the flash is complete, you can verify the new settings while stationary. Gently tap the throttle. If the wheel engages and spins without a manual kick, the firmware is active. If the application rejects the flash with a connection error, the scooter is likely running a Bluetooth version of 1.5.7 or newer. This indicates that the modern cryptographic lock is active and blocking wireless updates. Because modern encryption prevents wireless apps from writing to the board, writers with newer models must physically intercept the communication lines to push modified code. For locked 2024 to 2026 models, the solution is a direct hardware override. We bypass the Bluetooth receiver entirely by injecting the code into the scooter's internal wiring. This requires a 3mm Allen wrench, a 5-pin M7 male connector, and a UART adapter to translate data signals between your PC and the scooter's logic board. The custom harness must follow a crossover configuration. The transmit, or TX pin on the adapter, must connect to the receive, or RX pin on the connector. Reversing these lines for the second data path creates the necessary handshake for the transfer. Before disassembling the scooter, identify your exact model ID in the Xiaomi Home app. Use this ID to download the matching factory MCU firmware file and load it into a patcher tool to maximize the performance variables. Now turn the taillight to always on to confirm the board has power. Use the Allen wrench to remove the 4 screws at the head of the scooter and lift the handlebar to expose the main communication cable inside the stem. Disconnect the factory dashboard cable and plug your custom M7 harness directly into the connector leading down to the scooter's base. Connect the USB to your PC and verify the COM port in Windows Device Manager. Load your patched binary file into the flasher tool and click Start Update to overwrite the factory code. Establishing a direct physical connection to the control board allows the motor to draw its maximum power, regardless of the original factory software restrictions. Removing the digital speed limit creates a dangerous imbalance with the factory mechanical hardware. The factory disc brakes were calibrated specifically to stop a vehicle traveling at 25 km/h. At the newly unlocked speeds of 35 or 40, the original stopping power is no longer sufficient for safe operation. As noted in this adjustment guide, you must check your pads and discs before high-speed writing. To recalibrate, use a wrench to tighten the rear brake nut until the pads just begin to grind, then back off slightly for instantaneous engagement. After reassembling the handlebar, perform a road test. When you exceed 30 km/h, the scooter will emit a warning beep, indicating the motor is spinning faster than its original factory specifications. This inspection list highlights the need to monitor your hardware. At the controller base, if it is too hot to touch or exceeds 60 degrees Celsius, you must reduce your max speed settings to prevent the motor from overloading. Increasing the speed of an electric scooter requires a holistic approach to the machine. You must manually upgrade your physical braking habits and thermal maintenance to safely manage the new performance threshold.